Hi guys, good evening. Thanks for joining me on yet another video. So today this morning, I had this fantabulous walk today in the morning at 6 o'clock, and it was all the more special because it's been quite a while since I haven't been able to make it. So, first of all, that walk, and that is the time when I tend to hear all my podcasts, all my favorite videos, all my music, all that happens at that time. So, that for me is like my little bubble of positivity early in the morning. So, today, after a long time, went on that walk again. And as I was walking, these were the thoughts that were going around in my mind, okay? So, I was thinking about what an amazing day I'm going to have because I've done my walk today and I'm going to feel so energetic and I'm going to feel very cheerful and it's so nice. And thank you, God, for this amazing day, for this amazing time, for my ability to just go walk, enjoy nature, enjoy the solitude that comes in the morning. Because here in Gandhidham, it's quite dark in the morning. So the roads are very, very silent and it's beautiful. So while I was doing this, I was having all this nice thing going on in my head. And you know what? I had an amazing day truly. I was so happy throughout. I was so cheerful. I was so energetic. And in fact, my daughter noticed and she said, Mama, what's it with you today? Why you like a lighted bulb? And that's how I felt. So I got thinking about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is the reason. And you know what the reason is? The self talk that I had, this talking that I did with myself. Because what you tell yourself is literally a talk that you have with the universe. It is like you're setting the stage for the rest of the day, for the rest of your life. So people ask me, what is self talk? Tell me, do you talk to yourself? Come on. If you do, just type in a yes. Let me know if you do. Well, a lot of people are scared of the idea of talking to themselves. But normally people who are mad are supposed to be doing that. But all of us do it, all of us. And it's just that we don't realize it. All of us are talking to ourselves all the time. So, what is self talk? Nothing but the mental chatter that goes on, the mental talking that you do. So, if this happens, this is going to happen, then I'm going to do this, and this will happen. That's your self talk. When you're telling yourself, oh, I am such an idiot, I did that. Or, how couldn't I say that? I'm so stupid. This is your self talk, and we all doing it. Now, my point is when you do the self talk, one, you don't even realize you're doing it. And second, do you understand the tone of it? So, first of all, become aware that you do self talk, that we all self talk. After that, just try to become aware of the tone of it. Why? Because that is the belief that you will have about yourself. That is the idea you will have about the event, about the rest of the day, about life, about whatever is going to happen to you. Think about it. So many times when we get up in the morning, we say, oh God, today is going to be a horrible day. Nothing's going to go right. Everything will be bad. Have you had days like that? And then how has the rest of the day gone? Exactly how you predicted it. Because you've set yourself up. Your mindset for that day is bad, horrible, difficult, tough, tiring, and that's the way it will be. So, becoming aware of what you tell yourself and becoming aware of the tone of it, of the words that you use, can literally make or break whatever it is that you're talking about. If you look at it, the kind of words that you use for yourself, the kind of things you tell yourself, hi Dinesh, how are you? The kind of things that you tell yourself. Think about it. Would you say this to your best friend? When you make a mistake and you say, oh, you're so stupid, would you say that to your friend? No. If your friend made a mistake, you would correct her. You would tell her, hey, you're going wrong, but you won't call her a name like that. The kind of names we call ourselves, ugly, stupid, dumb, idiotic, incapable, inefficient. And believe me, I've called those names, I've used those words for myself too. But I learned about it while I was doing my NLP, and the minute I realized it, I stopped. And the day I stopped, the minute I stopped, was the day I changed my life for something better. Was the day that I set the tone to change this thing within myself. So if I'm going to call myself stupid, I'm telling my subconscious I want to be stupid, and I will be stupid. If I tell myself, oh, it's okay, you made a mistake, but you're so intelligent, you're gonna set it correct very soon. You do that too, and it happens. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Do you want to stay stuck in there, calling yourself an idiot, beating yourself about it, wallowing in it, or do you want to get up out of it, stand up and walk out of there and put things right? Because if you want to, and this is how you do it, you just change the way you're talking about it. We make things so difficult for ourselves. If you're going to face something that if this video again, so by now I think quite a few of you are aware of the fear I had facing the camera and using the mics and doing these videos was a tough one for me. And I used to make it tougher for myself because I would keep telling myself, oh my God, this is going to be so difficult. I will not be able to do it. I'll end up looking like an idiot. Nobody will like what I'm saying. Nobody will watch. Who will listen to me? Have you had thoughts like that? Have you told yourself things like this? If you have, give me a thumbs up. Let me see how many of us do this. So I would say things like this to myself before getting ready for these videos, but I would love doing them. I really like sharing these ideas, these topics, these bits and pieces of wisdom that I have learned and which have helped me so much. I love giving them to people. I love sharing it with them. So this is a wonderful way of doing it. So yeah, I would tell myself all these things. Now when I come for this, I say, oh, I'm going to have a blast. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to say what I want to. I'm going to share what I want to. And I will enjoy the whole process. And I will be honest. I will be truthful. And if I stumble, that's okay, because I'm learning. With every video, with every day, I'm getting better. And now the way I am doing this is much, much more comfortable. So those butterflies that used to be in my stomach that would literally take me till the ceiling have now settled in. So that they just flutter around a little bit now. And it's a nice, pleasant feeling. So that is how your self-talk changes the way you feel about things. That is how your self-talk changes the way you approach things. And tell me, when is it easier to do something? When you're all tense and worried and afraid and uncomfortable? Or when you are comfortable and you say, okay, I will take things as they come. I will enjoy what is happening and I'll just do what I have to do. When do you think I will make a better impact? When do you think I will enjoy the process more? One, if it is, I'm thinking uncomfortable and difficult thoughts to myself, or two, when I'm talking to myself more comfortably and expecting myself to be more comfortable. Hi Kishan, thanks for being here. Why don't you let me know where you are from? So I changed the way I talked about these videos to myself. I changed the way I talked about them in my mind. And now, as you can see, I'm so much more comfortable with them. Hi Juhi, how are you? So changing the way you think about things, changing the way you talk about things to yourself, changes the way you approach them. It literally changes the way you feel, the way you think about them, and it actually does change the way you behave in those situations too. Let me share a small incident with you. A client of mine is having a lot of problem, or rather was having a lot of problem with her husband, because they're quite different from each other. She is this very impulsive, very in the moment kind of a person who's very who just likes to do things and be just have fun all the time. And her husband is a more sober, more serious kind of a person. So when she was describing her husband to me, a lot of the time she would say, oh, he's so boring, he's so he can never do anything fun, he has to plan everything out, and it just takes the joy out of our trips or out of whatever we want to be doing. And I I kept hearing this word boring, boring, boring all the time. And I just told her, do you want to live with somebody so boring? She said, no, ma'am, I don't want to live with somebody so boring. So I said, then can you leave him? She said, no, ma'am, of course I can't. So my point is, you can't and you don't have to. But think about it. His being so consistent. If you can just focus on that aspect instead of boring, things would change so much for you, right? So when I spoke to her about this, she said, what do you want me to call him? You want me to call him interesting and fun? I said, no, don't jump to the opposite of it. Your subconscious might not be logical, but it's definitely not stupid, and it's not going to believe something like that. So what I told her was, instead of jumping to the polar opposite, just think. So when he is so consistent, what is it translating for you? How is it come across in your life? What are the benefits that you're getting from it? So she was like, ma'am, because he's so consistent, he's very reliable. I know that when I tell him something, it will happen. He will not forget or he will not leave it. Hi Sonika, hi Archana, hi Millie. He will not leave it. He will definitely do it. So I said, okay, what are the things that now the nice things that you can tell about him? So she said, he's very reliable, he's very dependable, he's very consistent. Because of all the things that he's doing, my life is very stable, it's very steady, I don't need to worry about anything. And the more she was talking about all this, I could change the expression on her face, literally change, because it suddenly went from, oh, I have such a stupid, such a boring husband, to, oh my God, I have such nice things in my life because of this husband, because of how he is and what he is doing. And of course, we did a lot more things, but this was a consistent factor from then, that whenever she would have, whenever she would describe her husband negatively in her mind, whenever she would go, oh, he's so boring, she would say, oh, he's so consistent. The minute she would go, he's so dominating, she would go, oh, he is somebody whom I can depend on to make things happen, or he's such a good leader. And the more she thought of it this way, the more comfortable their relationship is. So the way I talk, I need to change it. You've understood that. Thinking diametrically opposite, totally opposite, doesn't work. But yes, rephrasing it, reframing those things really help. Just talk to yourself the way you would talk to a good friend. So if your friend was doing something which was really idiotic, you wouldn't say you're such an idiot, but you would still correct her, right? How would you? You would tell her something, you would tell her the same thing a little more sweetly, a little more nicely. So become your best friend, be your best friend. And the minute you are, you will see things changing, things changing and improving for yourself so much more easily. And finally, something that NLP has taught me very well is to talk with metaphors. So instead of just using plain language, your subconscious really listens to images. It responds better with images instead of words. So think in images, think in pictures. Instead of telling yourself, oh, I'm going to be so brave today, try telling yourself, I'm going to be a lion today in the field. Instead of saying that I'm going to be so dependable today, or I'm going to be so helpful today, I tell myself that I'm going to be like this huge shady tree laden with fruits today. So then I provide comfort, I provide food, I provide shelter to people who come to me. I'm helping them out. So start thinking in metaphors. So many things that you can do to improve the way you speak to yourself. Two of them are thinking up of better ways to express the same thing, softer ways, encouraging ways to say the same thing. And the second, to use metaphors as far as possible. So what is a metaphor that you're going to give yourself today? What are you? I am a magic wand, because I make magic happen through these videos. Tell me, what all are you? That's great. That's really nice. So thanks a lot, folks, for being with me, for watching this. And if you want to know more about NLP and the magic that it can do in your life, you can register on the link below. Bye. See you all.